When you really think about this story, it is sickening. Later this week, Christie's auction house will sell hundreds of millions of dollars of the world's finest Nazi jewels. To be fair, they weren't Hitler's, but rather the jewels of Heidi Horten, the now dead wife of a Nazi party member, Helmut Horten. You see, Helmut built much of his fortune by buying, also known as stealing, Jewish assets in the run-up for World War II as the Nazis pushed through Europe. Now things like Harry Winston's Brilliant of India diamond and diamond necklace are up for sale. Bids start at $10 million. Joining me now, Chris Hahn, host of the Aggressive Progressive podcast, David de Jong, author of Nazi Billionaires, The Dark History of Germany's Wealthiest Dynasties. Chris, the first thing that I thought of when I saw this was, boy, how do you show up at a party wearing a Nazi diamond or a Nazi emerald and it's okay with the world?
Well, I am the grandson, as you know, of a Holocaust survivor. My father's family lost everything to people like this man, Helmut Horten. I don't know how anyone could show their face at that auction. I don't know how Christie's can pass themselves off as a legitimate auction house when they time and time again are caught with Nazi materials that were stolen and plundered from innocent people who they were trying to exterminate. No, I don't know how anyone on this earth can be caught within a mile of that auction or wearing any of that stuff. And I understand that, you know, Miss Helmut Horten, Heidi Horten, is, you know, had a big charity and they did a lot of charitable works. Great, you're trying to get into heaven. I hope that Helmut Horten is rotting in hell right now because that's where he deserves to be.
You can imagine Christie's is more than happy to take anonymous bids by lawyers over phones and wired money to Swiss bank accounts. David, how dirty, if you will, really are these jewels? Are we being fair in connecting them to the Holocaust and to the ill-gotten gains of the Nazis?
I mean, Helmut Horten laid the basis of his foundation of his wealth by buying up Jewish-owned businesses on the cheap. And he, you know, his wife acquired these jewelry with that money. I mean, of course, he enlarged it far after the war, but you know, it's still the base of his foundation is Nazi money. So, in a way, you know, the seed of evil. I mean, it's that right there. So yeah, there is certainly a direct connection between those things, because without that, you know, he wouldn't have had the fortune.
Chris, we're at a time where, you know, we just covered the segment about Bud Light and what Bud Light can and cannot have on their cans and on and on and on and on. How is the liberal intelligentsia in America allowing this to happen? Because Lord knows that if these were jewels from a plantation family, one of the great cotton fortunes in America that were suddenly being auctioned off, there would be pickets in front of Christie's, wouldn't there?
Oh, there should be pickets in front of Christie's right now. And I don't know that any liberal intelligentsia is allowing this to happen. I mean, again, Christie's has done this before. There have been paintings pulled off of Christie's auction floor that the Nazis had stolen from Jewish families during World War II.
Why is it okay? Why is there no outrage? Why is the group of people who tell us all the time about making atones for the past wrongs completely silent when it comes to the Nazis and dirty money and dirty money?
Well, because they've been sweeping this history under the rug.
Hold on, I want to get David. Go ahead.
Yeah, they've been sweeping this history under the rug. You know, I mean, it's and all the bidders will mostly be foreign. They'll be Asian, they'll be African. You know, there won't be. Most in the West, you know, they don't bid on these jewels, you know, and Christie's only has 2 lines saying, oh, it's known where this fortune stems from, but that's absolutely untrue. You know, prior to this week, there was no reference in American media to the history of this fortune. It's completely unknown. It's swept under the rug.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.